Hey everybody, Sunday. I didn't get anything done on this 57 today because actually it's Sunday for you guys, Saturday for me. Um, and as you know, I was going to be doing the time belt on my wife's 4Runner, which I did. I did do the time belt. That's done. Um, it's approximately 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and started at like noonish. Rob came over. I went surfing. I would have started earlier, but I mean, let's face it, I went surfing. I mean, man's gotta have priorities. And then Rob came over with two grandkids. His grandbaby, little tiny one, cute as a button. I had Molly out there. We were messing around, and so it took a little bit. It took like 3.5, 4 hours for me to do the time belt while he watched and held stuff every once in a while. And I kept going, Molly, stop barking, move over there. I mean, it was a fun time. Got it done. Works great. Everything's going good. My other buddy Brian showed up that I surf with. Brought me some bottles of juice from this girl up in Kula that makes really good juice. I think I got Lilikoi and like chili, like Hawaiian chilies or something, some mix. My wife will love that. I don't really do good with the hot stuff. Not really. Anyway, that, see that? Something came in the mail. Let's find out what that is. I got an idea of what it is. Oh, yeah. So, this, I got plans. You guys know I'm not really a planner, but I got ideas. So, the stock front engine mounts on this car, let me show you. Let me show you what they look like. Where's the light? Where's the button? Button. Who's got the button? Where is the stupid button? There it is. That's not it. That's definitely not. Okay, here we go. Let me bring you over here so you can see what I'm looking at. So stock Chevy motor mounts are a cradle style. They have a stud, something soft, bracket, another washer, something soft, a thing, and then a standoff stud that's about 3/4 of an inch, washer, a mushy thing like a shock, a washer that goes in a hole like this hole. This is 6-cylinder and V8's here. This is 6-cylinder bracket. And so then there's another one like this on the bottom. It looks just like this on the top and the bottom, both sides. Well, if you look back to the video of the engine running on Thanksgiving Day, which actually happened on my birthday, by the way. My birthday was not Thanksgiving. Like I said in confession time, my birthday is a couple months before that, and I actually did 2 days before my birthday, got it running, and then like the day for my birthday, I made that video. No. Oh no, that's right. I got it running the day before my birthday, and then on my birthday, Rob came over and we fired up. We're messing around. So, light off. So, I'm gonna put up, and you'll see why. Some people made comments how the fenders looked like they were trying to get away from the motor, and the motor was rocking out of the car. Which, on a Tri-5 Chevy, you got the front mounts there, and then on the bell housing, which Montana Garage, you know what I'm talking about. You just cut those frame mounts off for the bell housing. Most guys chop those off. This car, no different. Somebody chopped it off. It has like a side mount setup. It's real bad. And the motor sat down too low where it hit the oil pan on the oil pan stuck like this far below the cross member and it was bad. Hit the steering arm. I don't know how they ever got this thing to run. I don't think it ever ran with these engine mounts in it or this rear suspension in it. If they did, that's probably one of the reasons why they tore the sucker apart and then just parted it out and let it go. But like I said, it's been off the road for almost 20 years. Now it's been over 20 years. Anyway, this box right here from Mutton Hollow Chevys in Kaysville, Utah. Hope I didn't ask him for permission if I could say who I got it from. Hope he forgives me. I don't have like a billion people following this anyway, so doubtful anybody's going to really watch. But if you're looking for some side mounts, motor mounts, he's the guy to get them from. And these are stock position. I don't like the 3/4 forward moving ones. It puts a lot of weight off the nose, and I mean 3/4 of an inch is a lot. But if you look at like geometry, and the engineers that built this car, they weren't stupid. I mean, everybody wants more room for big blocks and exhaust and move the shifter forward and all that fun stuff, and I get it. But then you're going to have header to tire clearance issues with fender well headers. And my favorite 50 Tri-5 style look, other than, you know, obviously, I mean, other than the Return to Macon County 57 Chevy or the original Project X before GM got a hold of it and screwed it up. But then, you know, the boys at Hot Rod Garage fixed it. Thanks, Lucky, and whatever. I said that before. But back when it was like, you know, Hollywood Nights version, or even earlier, I like the junior stocks. Not gassers, junior stocks. Stock production cars, fender well headers, you know, junior stocks. Good looking stuff. If you don't know what those are, Google them. They're cool looking cars. Oh yeah, this got mount bolts and everything. So these are to keep the motor in the stock position, but they're saddle mounts. So, or side mounts. Side of the engine, stock side mounts. So my point was, the original mounts mount in the front of the motor. The other ones mount in the back of the car on the side, and then there was never a tail shaft one. And if you had if you put a 4-speed in it and it was aluminum and you broke the ears off, the tranny would spin around if you broke it torquing it. So a lot of guys kept the front mount and then put a single rear mount, and then there's some stress here in the middle of the bell housing where there shouldn't be, and then you broke ears off trannies too. So the ideal one is like any Chevelle or Camaro, whatever, side mounts, and then one in the back to split the difference and kind of get this thing. And this car moved at idle. If I rev it at all, this thing moves at all. So you'll see that video, and if you go back and look, I'll put it in here. I'll like splice in like a, check this out. I'll reference to it. But these are frame mount. You can bolt these in onto the frame, and they have pads. Right like that. Like this. So this would be like, I'm not sure which side it is. Anyway, they're cool. If they don't work, I'm going to chop these off and fab them my own, but I'll use part of this anyway. But I'm pretty sure these are going to work. Because everything I bought from this Mutton Hollow guy, along with the other place I mentioned the other day, has always been really good. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I want to make sure that this engine sits in the stock location, but doesn't rock around like it used to. And I have some solid Moroso motor mounts that you guys have seen, old vintage ones. Let me see if I can find them. Hold on a second. Hold, please. Hold. Continue to hold. And we're holding. And we're continuing to hold. And we're still holding these. Morosos. These are the narrow ones. Tall, narrow. These are, I think, 2 and 1/8 or something like that. Is the center line to here, and they're the narrow ones. I forget what the difference are, but I want them like that. Plus, I have Moroso makes spacers that go behind here and like from 16th, 1/8 inch, 3/16 quarter plate spacers. I have those too. Let me see if I can find one so I can give you guys an idea what they look like. Look like this. Just triangle spacers. 16th. 1/8 inch, 3/16, then there's some quarter ones, but they're, you know, they go into the motor mount. Whoa, lights! Quit there, knock it off. All right. So, I have these things in here holding down my sticker. Oh, I just dropped all my stickers. Speaking of stickers, here's the deal. I don't have any. And you guys are sending me some. Because, you know, I want to put them in my car. And, like, this is the D&D Speed Shop Dogs one. You know, you guys can see that. And so I'm thinking about making some. And a couple people, Tori, mentioned, because I'm going to want stickers, so I'm thinking of a design. So maybe you guys can help me out. He said something like a shark chomping on a surfboard. Well, it's more like the movie Jaws. Where the shark's coming up and that chick swimming. That album, or that, not that, but the movie cover. I'm thinking more like a ratfink kind of a, ratfink shark, big fin, teeth, grill, eyes, whatever, in a blue 5.7 with a blower and a 4-speed, like ratfink style. I'm thinking something like that. I'm thinking something like, maybe I'll make some B and C stickers. Only those in the know will know what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell you a story about B and C right now. That's what I'm going to do. It's a quick one. Cameron, we were 8, 9, 10-ish, something like that. Best buddy, super cool dude, gearhead. This is in Reno. We were growing up, we were young kids. But we're playing model cars. Always playing models. And we always wanted to do B and C. That was our dream. And so as we were growing up, we always said, hey, when we grow up and we get old, we're going to, we'll create a company and call it B and C Automotive. And neither one of us did. I think I came up with the closest thing with Jaws because I forgot about B and C. And so, Cam, I'm sorry. But I'm going to make some B and C stuff to honor that whole thing because, I think it's important. Friendships are important. Relationships are important. I mean, what else do you got? I mean, this is just junk. This will rust and fall apart, and everything else I've ever built will fall apart and go away. But, I mean, I guess our bodies are going to fall apart and go away at some point when we get old. But, that's what we got. Buddies, friendships. And so, yeah, we were doing models, and as all boys do, you sit there and like make vroom vroom noises and stuff like that. But that was what we were dreaming of, and we had we'd build muscle cars. I was always into Mercs and 57 Chevys, and he was into GTXs or Chevelles or Camaros or really cool Yanko stuff. It was kind of muscle cars, and I was older. I like the older stuff. So, we always pretended that we had a shop, make on the floor, we'd have a cardboard, shop, a diorama. But we played this out. So we had a diorama and we're tearing motors apart and ripping engines apart, pretending we're Baldwin Motion or something. Get a new Camaro come in and we're tearing it apart, and we'd buy 4 or 5 models just to do one model. I mean, we're kids. So I have a 57 Chevy, and I'm dreaming of tubbing this thing, and I want a blown small block or big block in it, Lenko or something. So I bought at the time a Pro Gas, Grumpy Bill Jenkins Camaro. So I buy 86 IROC Camaro that's all tubbed out and caged, and I got a 5.7 and rob the rear end. It's all 124, 125th scale stuff. So we're robbing parts off of stuff. And I think I made a burgundy 57 that was, no, it would have been maybe it was black. I had one of the big 112 scale or 110 scale ones too. A 57. I probably still have it. The black one. But I had a blown small block in it or something. 4-speed. But that kind of stuff was super cool. The single weird triangle hoop that went across and went down, across the passenger side. Lakewood or whatever. Oh, my buddy's leaving. We're pulling forward. Anyway, that kind of stuff. Yeah, diorama stuff. But it was live and active. And I think when we entered a model contest once or at a car show, I don't remember if we won anything, but B and C was definitely alive and well in our minds and our hearts. And still is. I mean, I don't know that I ever made it past 15 anyway. We're supposed to grow up and do adult things, but I'm in my late 40s, 50's coming pretty quick, and, I still act like I'm 15 or 16. That's what my wife says anyway. I definitely drive like it. Anyway, good hanging out with you guys, and give me some ideas on stickers, and I'm still waiting for a welder. But maybe the engine thing, no, I got to do that with a welder too. Rob said I might borrow Rob's little Miller 130 and get to work on that. I don't know. Stuff could happen. Things will happen. See you guys tomorrow.